We're in our home port building our new dinghy. Garrett's cut the hole for the dagger board so we can sail it and laid fillets to the underside of the seat supports.
All right, well, I'm waiting for all that stuff to dry that I just did earlier today. I'm gonna get to building the quarterknees. I don't quite have stock wide enough to do it, so I'm gonna end up kind of ripping some stuff, gluing it together, and kind of making some pieces wide enough that I can cut the quarterknees out of. Here's my pattern, and this is wood that I'm gonna use. Obviously, it's not quite wide enough, so I'm gonna cut it down into sections. I'm gonna rip a nice clean edge onto it, and then I'm just gonna glue a couple pieces together to get this width that I need. I don't think I've actually showed this yet, but I've kind of whipped up this little workbench, which has been really cool. Got my table saw built in right here, nice and flush, so I've got a good outfeed on it. Just makes it really convenient. And also, I've got it on wheels, so it's super easy. If I want to cut really long timber, I can just click the locks off the wheels, and I can just wheel rotate this whole workbench to where I can feed timber in from this doorway, and I can go straight out the garage door if I want to, so I can cut nice long pieces of wood. I grab the chop saw and just cut this down into length first, and then I'm gonna throw it on the table saw and then rip some, like I said, just some nice clean edges.
What hasn't been plywood and fiberglass has been alder. We have free range in the garage, and Garrett's loving the space, creating a workshop he's never had before.
Just make up the quarterknees by gluing a piece onto there, and then, you know, it'll get cut out, something like that. I don't know. That's what it looks like.
Being resourceful is intrinsic to the budget builder. This alder has made multiple moves with Garrett's dad, and decades later, inherited, Garrett gives it its purpose.
Got my blanks for my quarterknees clamped up. Just got to scrape the excess off. That way there'll be less sanding and cleaning up for me to do in the future. All right, we'll let these kick, and in the meantime, I think I'm gonna start milling up my stock for the rails. So I've got a few of these. Mill up a handful of thin strips and then scarf them together. All right, here's all my stock. I'll cut down to these 7/8 inch by 1.5 inch strips. And then I'll take them and I'll flip them on the side, and I'll mill these down to 1/2 inch. Okay, I glued up my first couple pieces for the little rub rail that goes on the outside of the dinghy. It's kind of a trial run. You know, I'm testing the scarf. I'm cutting the scarf on the chop saw here. I just clamp this big chunk of oak right here and use that to kind of line the piece up, and then I'm able to just cut a scarf. That way it's super fast and uniform, and these are really, really small little pieces. Doesn't have to be like a 12-to-1 scarf or anything like that. See how bad I glued it to the table? Oh, not too bad. Sweet. Nice and straight. Yeah, this one came out great. Since those ones came out really good, I can go ahead and just kind of mass produce now. I can just get my jig set up and just go ahead and cut all the scarves at once, and then just start gluing them up. I've got all my scarves cut into both ends of my long pieces. On 4 of my runs for the rail, I need to scarf on another little bit at the end just because I'm like a little bit short. Cut a scarf in the end of each one of these. These 2 ones that I already glued up, those are going to be on the inside, and because of the quarterknees and the breast hook, they kind of meet into those, so they don't have to go the full length of the boat. So I'm fine with just the one scarf in the middle. But yeah, with all the other ones, just got to add on a little bit extra on the end, which is kind of a pain, but I'm working with the lumber that I have.
The rails will look like this, except we're now maybe positive we'll be painting everything. Being a well-used cruising dinghy, it just makes sense. Not a whole lot left to do. We're getting increasingly excited to test her in the bay.
We can check on the glue up for the quarterknees here. So these have been baking all night. Epoxy should be cured. Let's see what we got. Beautiful. Came out nice and flat. No rocking back and forth. Cool. So I'll be able to get my pattern, lay it down on these, trace it out, cut out both the quarterknees, popped all my holes in, take this off, and connect the dots. Okay, there it is. Now I just got to mark out the bevel. Here it's got a 13-degree bevel, falling bevel, so it's going to be cutting. So it's going to be cutting down that way on this.
Garrett always measures twice, cuts a test piece, and measures some more.
Oh shit. Okay, I gave up on that because my chop saw only bevels one way and I was too lazy to reset everything, so I'm just gonna cut it by hand.
Then throws it all out the window.
Okay, there's one down, roughs on. I'll use this one to pattern out the other one, get that sawn out, and then I can get them kind of cleaned up, hit the edges with the router, get them sanded, and then they'll be ready to install. Forgot to actually record doing it, but the quarterknees are glued, clamped in place, so I'm just gonna let those dry, and then I'll be ready to start putting the rails in. So I've got some more of my little rails set up on this table. Just an easy way to clamp them for doing these scarves. I'm just gonna pull the joint apart, get some epoxy in there.
Garrett didn't have to clean up the scarves on his own. He had his sister's mini-me to help.
We just need to clean this glue up a little bit.
Our 10-year-old niece wanted to try her hand at boat building and see what our obsession's all about.
Careful with your fingers, said it would float right now if we put it in the water. It's all sealed up.
Should we just go drop her in?
Can I finish sanding this?
Okay. Eager to show her the result, we rushed to get sailing. Thankfully, her other uncle had access to a completed boat. The fog is a little higher than normal, so maybe we'll get lucky and get some sunshine today. But we've got our niece Alice on board, we've got Garrett's mom, and Garrett's brother is our captain for the day. You ready to go sailing, Ellie? Yeah? We'll see if we get any wind today. Hello.
The cameras.
Camera action. This will be Alice's first time on the ocean.
Yeah.
And the day was shaping up to be perfect. We might actually get lucky. There's some blue sky behind us.
This is amazing.
This boat balances pretty well, right? Even without the mizzen up. Yeah.
Sharing a little of our obsession with building and sailing is an honor. Salt and tar is in our blood, and our compass feels recalibrated. As we get back in the cockpit, so to speak, thanks for all the love and support, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.
How's this thing working in? How do I always lose my pencil? Pockets. Don't make fun of me, Ruth.
Oh, the roofie! Look at that. Those people have good taste.
I'll do my whale call.
Perfect. You've been working on it?
Yep, every day. Neighbors are wondering what's going on, but
Yeah.
He's weird, just genuinely weird.
To support the show, you can give us a thumbs up, subscribe, or check out our Patreon page. We appreciate all you viewers out there, and we'll see you again soon.